Joining me today is Kristin Garnett out of Portland, Oregon. Out of an audience of more than 50,000 agents nationwide, Kristin has been selected to represent Broker Agent Advisor as this month's Broker Agent of the Month for the state of Oregon. And Kristin, I've enjoyed immensely the opportunity to get to know you and spend some time with you through the process. And I just want to say congratulations on being recognized, and thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be recognized and for doing something that I love to do.
Well, it's my hope, Kristin, that some of that love comes out through this video. I'd really like for people to get a sense for who you are and maybe a little bit about why you were selected. And I thought we would just explore a few questions together.
Sounds good.
I want to start with the topic of real estate. There's a lot of things you could be doing out there in Portland. What was the inspiration for you to get in this business and become a realtor?
You know, I've had it in my family for a very long time. I've got a brother in California who's licensed. I have a sister in Portland who's licensed. I've had people on the lending side. It's something that I've kind of always aspired to do, but just timing wise, I was that stay-at-home mom for a while and, you know, was with my kids and have no regrets about that. I have an amazing bond with my boys. But it was like when they graduated high school, it was like, okay, now it's mom time. What am I going to do with my life? And, you know, I have to fast track and build that retirement and all of that. And I love helping people. And this is a way for me to build my retirement and, you know, have some, you know, have something for my own little nest egg, but be able to make a difference and help people and, you know, that kind of thing. So I've learned a lot in this business and I love it. It's just such a feel good.
It's, as you know, it's far harder than most people think.
Yes, it is.
I think most people from the outside looking in think all real estate agents make a ton of money and this job is easy. And the reality is, and the statistics show that most people don't find success. It's a very tough business. And yet here you are finding success, being recognized for your approach. Talk to me a little bit about what gets you through each day. Like, what do you connect to about this business? What's the most rewarding thing about being a realtor?
The motivation for me, honestly, it's, yes, the money's good when it comes, but it's feast or famine. I mean, you either have a bunch or you have nothing. And I've gone, you know, as much as 6 months and not had a deal. So you have to really be, what am I looking for? You have to be diligent with, you know, your savings and being able to make all that stuff work out. But for me, what drives me is making a difference and helping people. I get to go out, I get to meet new people on a daily basis. I'm constantly learning new things because every transaction is different. You know, I just had a scenario where I had to call 2 title companies and a managing broker because none of them had heard of the situation that I had to deal with. It was like, okay, this is a new one for me in my 8 years of doing this. You know, and I've talked to people with 25 years that have had experiences that are like, no, I've never heard of that before, you know. And it's, you know, so it's constantly learning. And I like that. There's never a stagnant moment. You can have the same client multiple times over and every deal is going to be different.
Yeah, there's a lot of diversity, a lot of unknowns. You're dealing with people, right, on both sides of the transaction, and so each opportunity is uniquely its own. Yet the goal is always to try to help your client get the best possible outcome. I found a testimonial of yours, Kristin, and I wanted to take a minute to share how a client of yours described going through that process with you as their realtor.
Okay.
It says, we recently bought a house in Portland with Kristin's help. We were in a rush on a tight budget and searching in the middle of a pandemic, but that didn't stop Kristin. She helped us find and close on our dream home quickly and smoothly. Kristin is on top of her game. She responds quickly to messages and is excellent at communicating with listing agents. She learned what we wanted early in the process and didn't try to sell us on houses that weren't right for us. We wouldn't hesitate to recommend Kristin to anyone looking to buy or sell a home in Portland. And then it says, thanks, Kristin, all exclamation points. And you've got a bunch of those, and that's just a testament to the way you treat people. Congrats on the kind words.
Thank you. One of my favorite, I guess it was one of my first buyers that I ever had. And it was this little old guy who had just gotten divorced, was living in a fifth wheel on his front lawn because he had nowhere else to go. And he's, you know, it was kind of a random thing that I even came across him. And you know, he's like, I'm never going to be able to get a house and I just don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, so we worked on it and it took a little while, but finally got him into his dream home that he was able to fix up. And I mean, the place was amazing. And at the end of it, when we closed the deal and I handed over those keys to him, he broke down in tears and gave me the biggest bear hug. And he says, "Oh my God," he goes, "I am so grateful. I never thought this day was going to happen. And, you are the best." And it was like, that feel good is what drives me. And I have multiple situations that are like that. And it really is, at the end of the night, I know I can go to sleep and I've done everything that I can. Even when things go sideways and you can't get the deal done. I can still feel good about everything that I have done because I know that I've done everything possible.
Yeah, I know that about you. And it's a big reason why you're not only having success and still in the business after 8 years, but here in this video being recognized for it. Talk to me a little bit about Portland. I've not personally spent any time up in the Pacific Northwest. What's it like to live, work, and play up there in Portland, Oregon?
I love it. I'm born and raised here. Recently got my license in Washington too, but Portland, you are 2 hours from oceans, desert, mountain. You can pretty much go anywhere. Lots of hiking trails, nature things. You have lots of festivals here. There's like the bite that it's like a food festival in August. You have the Rose Festival during the summertime. There's all kinds of vineyards and wineries around here. It's an amazing place. The allergies are horrible. But other than that, it's absolutely gorgeous. The greenery, the trees, the flowers, everything. It's absolutely gorgeous here. And I love it. It's a little quirky at times, but that's Portland's tagline is, keep Portland weird. It has its moments, but that's what makes it unique. And it's a really cool place. It's, you don't have the craziness of like a city like LA or New York or anything like that. It's much smaller scale. But there's just so much to do if you're into jazz or you're into going winery hopping or you like climbing mountain, going skiing or surfing on the Oregon coast or whatever. There's plenty to do.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. I want to ask you one more question. It's been a really tough market the last couple of years. This business is hard in general. We've talked about it, but we've had unprecedented low inventory, and it's just been a really tough market. And I feel like a lot of agents could benefit from leaning into your experience. If you were to offer one piece of advice to a peer in this business, what would that one piece of advice be?
Stay true to yourself. Don't give up. It is a very difficult industry to break into unless you have people waiting in the wings. Average time is 12 to 18 months before you crack your first deal. And then you might go 2 or 3 months before you get another one. So you have to be diligent. You got to pay Uncle Sam at some point. But if you stay true to who you are and be genuine with people, they're going to read into that and they're going to see it. I am the type of person, my tagline is a realtor who cares is your realtor for life. And I genuinely value my reputation, my integrity. I care about my people. I'm friends with 90% of them. And I feel that if you are true to who you are, things will happen and it will fall into place. There's agents out there that, give other agents a bad name. You get the whole car salesman mentality and it's all about the numbers and the sales. And, that's fine. There's some people who are driven by the commissions and that is what it is. But at the end of the day, people are going to see that and you're either going to clash or you're going to make it with your clientele. And you just have to really stay true to who you are. I believe in the pay it forward method and helping train other agents. I'm all for that. Somebody helped me get where I am. And somebody comes up to me, a newbie agent, I don't care if they're at my agency or not, I'm willing to share what I have with them and say, hey, tweak it to fit you. And, do the same for others, help them. It's like we're all in this together and it doesn't matter that we hang our licenses at different places. We can still help each other out and work together.
Yeah, I love it. I think the industry is lucky to have you, Kristin, and I'm proud to be here just sharing a moment, shining a light on you. And I just want to say congratulations again on being recognized. And I wish you nothing but joy and abundance on the rest of your journey.
Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you. And thank you.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
Awesome.